So good morning, Sairam. So unmute.
Namaste, sir. Good morning, sir.
You are the co-host.
Sir,
It's nice to see you after such a long time.
thank you, sir.
How things are there in Bangalore?
Sir,
How the things are there in Bangalore? You are in
going
Bangalore.
on. Lockdown, so not much patient, but going on, sir.
Mine is 80%
Sir,
of.
you're in Udupi, sir.
I was in Udupi. Yep.
Okay, okay.
Anyway,
Because yesterday I saw some message that you are in Udupi. So
no. I was in Udupi. Now I am back. We had a
okay,
2 days
okay,
program in Udupi. First day for all their PG students, and second day was an program for what do you say?
yes,
RF,
sir. That
REV,
second
REV one.
second day I was there. By then you are back, sir.
You were there on the second day in Udupi?
Second day in Udupi, not in SDM, but other work was there in Udupi, so I had gone there.
Okay.
But you are back that time.
I left in the evening.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all fun. I just got this
Nice.
idea that I should take a revision class for those who are interested. As it is, lockdown is going on.
Sir,
So being at home,
very
so it's
very
something
very
which can be useful for everybody, and even we get some refreshing things. And I can be able to hear to you, the great guys.
sir. You are blessing me. That's it, sir.
You have been
Sir, I have a
blessing.
request for
I am. Who am I
you,
to
sir.
bless you now?
Sir, I have a
Yep.
request, sir. I want from you that case sheet workbook, sir.
Huh?
Case mock cases workbook.
Okay. I'll send it right now after this class gets over.
Not that, sir. Workbook I have. I want a book where so many cases are discussed, like question bank
Yet
kind
it
of.
has not come. I'm compiling.
Okay, sir. That will be helpful for us to refresh and be
Not.
more.
I don't really feel that way. I'm compiling though. I don't feel really that way. Reason is
Yeah.
everybody's pulse is going to be different.
Yes, doc. Yes, sir. But the thing is to make the concepts clear as to process of thinking clear. It will be helpful, sir.
Moment it will be ready, I'll share with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Agadirogan tatatanu अशेषकाय प्रसृतान शेषान् औत्सुक्य मोहारतिजान जङ्घान् यो पूर्ववैद्याय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै यो पूर्ववैद्याय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै यो पूर्ववैद्याय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै. I welcome you all on this very first precise revision class for those who have learned earlier the technique and the skill of pulse diagnosis of 5 levels, which I term it as an easy pulse diagnosis, a probably mathematical solution for understanding the findings in the pulse and reaching the diagnosis. We have with us today I may not call him as my shishya, but one of my good friends who has attended pulse diagnosis program 4 times in the past. Rather, he is the inspiration for me to devise this revision idea because after his repetitive learning process and this, after he earlier had a training of pulse diagnosis from none other than Sri Ravi Shankarji's clinic and with Vaidya Vasant Lal. He joined us, he learned various methods of pulse diagnosis, what been taught at Nadiguru Pulse Diagnosis Training and Research Center. I welcome Dr. K. Sairam to be with me and with all of us today to share his views and thoughts after a short recap of our 5 level pulse diagnosis. He is the one who conducted a course in Kannada language on pulse diagnosis. And I'm sure that by the grace of God and blessings of his gurus, he is definitely practicing wonderful things out of pulse. So let us begin with the fast recap of 5 level pulse diagnosis without wasting much of your time. The first and foremost important phenomena in this 5 level pulse diagnosis, which I have understood over these many years, is identifying the location of the pulse. If you are able to identify the right location in the pulse, rest of the things are automatic. You really don't have to bother for it. Only thing is, first identify the location and keep your fingers there itself. So once you do that, the rest of the thing is just to move the fingers and appreciate the feeling under your fingertips. That's all. So for me, the most difficult part in pulse diagnosis is to understand the location. Let us begin with that. So my method is very simple. I go behind my thumbs and from the midpoint of the nail, go on the lateral side of my arm. Below the wrist, I found an elevated bony portion representing the styloid process or the radial tuberosity. From there, I go medially and little slide my fingers little down to identify the good amount of pulsation under my index finger. Once I recognize the pulsation under my index finger, I put next finger, middle finger next to it and the ring finger next to it. With this simple exercise, you can put all your 3 fingers together in one plane and feel the pulsation. That is first level, which is immediate expression. There you identify whether the pulse is pricking or soft, where pricking indicates the pathological condition, soft physiological condition, whether it is regular or irregular, indicating the cardiovascular involvement in the irregular pulse, whether it is full or empty, which tells you about the acuteness. Fullness indicates acuteness in the condition. Fourth is the warmness. If you feel warmness in the pulse, you identify there is a presence of ama in the body right now. Then you identify under which finger you are finding the pulsation. If it is index finger, it is lower part of the body. If it is middle finger, it is middle part of the body. If it is ring finger, it is the upper part of the body. And the intensity thereof indicates directly proportionate to the intensity of the activity happening at that area. And after this initial expression, the first one, we slowly raise our fingers till we are getting pulsations where the minimum pressure is applied. And with that minimum pressure, what we identify is the condition at that point of time in the doshas. That is called superficial expression or the dosha expression. Some people call it is Vikruti state. In this Vikruti level or the dosha level, what you get, the index finger indicates dosha vata sthana, middle finger indicates pitta sthana, ring finger indicates kapha sthana. Intensity indicates the intensity of the activity happening. The gatis are understood here, and gatis are Sarpagati, Mandukgati, and Hansagati. So Sarpagati indicates Vata Karya, Mandukgati indicates Pitta Karya, and Hansagati indicates Kapha Karya. Now I have devised a new law. Can you identify this figure? This figure you might have learned somewhere early in your physics class. But now this is new Saget's law of Nadi Gati. If you feel transverse expansion in the pulse, that is Sarpagati. If you see a linear expansion in the pulse and linear movement within the pulse, that is Hansagati. And if you feel upward expansion and forward directional expansion, that is Mandukagati. Isn't it simple now? If you think of Sarpagati, Mandukagati and Hansagati, what we find? The Sarpa moves transversely. Oh, I'm so sorry, my video was off. So this is the Gati. You haven't told me. So this is this figure. Do you know this figure? You must have seen this figure somewhere in your physics class. This is new law, copyrighted, Saget's law of Nadi Gati. If you find transverse movement in the pulse, like snake, if you see the snake movement, it is always transverse. If you find transverse movement in the pulse, that is Sarpagati. If you find linear movement in the pulse in a straight line, that is Hansagati. And if you find upward thrust, a forward jumping phenomena in the pulse, it is called Mandukagati or Pittakari. So in the superficial expression, what we understand in Vatasthana, Pittasthana or Kapasthana, if Sarpagati, it is Vatakarya, if Mandukagati, it is Pittakarya, if it is Hansagati, it is Kafakarya. Same under the Pittasthana and same under Kapasthana. So after understanding the gross analytics and the superficial understanding of the doshas, in which are the dosha sthanas and which are those dosha karyas which are active and what is the intensity of that activity. So that helps us to understand the condition at that point of time in the person's body. Remember, this particular thing tells you about the condition at that point of time, and that is very important. Now we go to the third level. Third level is after we go to the superficial, we have to press hard and make sure that the pulsation is stopped. And after the pulsation is stopped, slowly release it till it regains. And the moment it regains, what you understand immediately that it will be always invariably on the ring finger first, but then wait for 5 to 6 pulsations to go off, and it will settle on some of the other fingers. So when it settles on the some or other fingers, you have to identify after 6, 7 pulsations under which finger you are getting the maximum pulsation. That is the dominant dosha of that prakriti. The second one is subdominant, and the third one is the latter on the dosha activity within the prakriti. So the deep level with the maximum pressure, what you understand is prakriti of the person, the constitutional dosha condition of the person. In the superficial, we understand the condition at this point of time. So variation between the two really indicative of the condition, what has been really going on in the body. If it is in tune with the circadian rhythm or the cyclic activities of the doshas because of Ahoratri Bhuktanam or Vaya or of seasons, then it is physiological. And if it is pathological, you find it. If it is pathological, it will be breaking in the immediate itself. So you have to categorize all your findings into phenomena, physiological and pathological, the moment you find breaking or soft pulse in the immediate experience. Now let us go to the fourth level. Fourth level is subdosha level. It tells you about organ phenomena within the body. Which are those organs which are involved? So there we have to identify the pulse at 1/3 level. So when you press superficial and deep, you understand the diameter of the pulse, and then you have to go 1/3 from superficial. Keep your fingers at superficial, and once your fingers are at superficial, you have to press your index finger to one third level. So that one third level gives you the understanding of the organ involvement by the virtue of subdoshas, we call. And you can see I have made some partitions on my finger. Can you see this? I'll make it little darker. So our fingertip has to be divided into four equal parts. Can you see the four equal parts? So these four equal parts will help you to identify which part of your body is right now active. In index finger, the first part is prana, the second part is udana, the third part is samana, and fourth part is apana. If you have the pulsation feeling across some more parts, either one, two, three, something more than one part, that is termed five, and that indicates Vyana in Vata Sabdosha. When you come to Pitta Sabdosha, then it becomes the first part is Pachak Pitta, the second part is Ranjak Pitta, third part is Sadhak Pitta, fourth part is Alochak Pitta. And if it is more than one part, it is Bhajak Pitta, which covers all over the body. And the third is ring finger. If the four parts in the ring finger indicates the first part indicates Kledak Kapha, second part indicates Avlambak Kapha, third part indicates Bodak Kapha, and fourth part indicates Tarpak Kapha. All this we have learned. It is not something new I am telling you. And if it is more than one part, it is fifth, that is Sleshak Kapha. Why I am going so fast? If you recall, during my training programs, I have always told you that if I want to tell you only the crux, it won't take more than 15 minutes for me. I hope you all remember. This is all. And now the last level will be going. So once we have achieved, understood the diameter of the pulse by doing it superficial and deep, now we have to take all our three fingers to two-third level. Two-third should be little up deep. You should not obliterate the pulsation. You should not obliterate the pulsation. And once you do that, the rest of the things are very easy. You have to feel pulsation where it is happening. If it is index finger, it is Asti Dhatu. If it is middle finger, it is Ratta Dhatu. If it is ring finger, it is Rasa Dhatu. If it is index and middle together, it is Mausa Dhatu. If it is middle and ring together, it is Meda Dhatu. If it is ring and index together, it is Shukra Dhatu. And if all three together, it is Majja Dhatu. The sequence is upright. Now I'll do it with sequence. If it is ring finger, it is Rasa Dhatu. If it is middle finger, it is Rakta Dhatu. If it is index and middle, it is Mausa Dhatu. If it is middle and ring, it is Meda Dhatu. If it is only in index, it is Asti Dhatu. If it is on all the three fingers, it is Majja Dhatu. And if it is ring and index, it is Shukra Dhatu, all seven. That's all. This is all about the process of pulse diagnosis. This is how you learn. This is how you should practice. Only thing is you have to do it in, there are 2-3 limitations for this. The first important problem, you have to do all these 5 levels in one go. You cannot check pricking, write down pricking, then go once again, then check regular, then once again. No, if you do it, I can assure you that you will end up with a wrong diagnosis. This is the limitations, or this is the beauty of this entire process. One has to do this in single go in 90 seconds. That's all. Not a second more. Because 90 seconds indicates more than 100 pulsations. And if in 5 levels, if you are thinking that it tells you at every level 20 pulsations. And to read 20 pulsation, it is more than enough. It is much more than enough. 20 pulsations to read together. Only problem is we feel that we may not remember it. We may not able to recall the findings after you finish up. And there are only 14 findings. I have not even 14, 13 besides. 6 in first level, 3 in second level, 2 in third level, 3 in fourth level, and 1 in fifth level. If you have a form in front of your, not on the table, in front of your eyes, when you are examining the pulse, this is the easiest job on the 90 seconds. You can recall that many things. We are remembering lot many ideas than this. So only 13 points to be recalled after you are doing it in 90 seconds and then writing it. So this is how I would put it as a recap to pulse diagnosis. I have consumed 3 minutes more than I should have because I wanted to make it very crisp and very precise. So now I hand over the entire story to my best friend in pulse diagnosis, uh, Dr. Sairam. Please, Dr. Sairam, the field is all yours.
Namaste.
And there is no restriction of time for you. You can speak at the length you want.
Sir. Namaste. Om Dhanvantare Namaha. Pranams to Sanjay ji and good morning to all the Nadi Pariksha practitioners. Sanjay ji has asked me to talk about my experience and inputs of this program. I am blessed actually. Coming to Nadi Pariksha, I am a practitioner basically. I am doing the practice of Nadi and Ayurveda for now 15 years, 10 years of Nadi Pariksha as such. As a practitioner, I'll talk a little bit of general things now. As a practitioner, what we require is a very potent and simple tool for us to know and have confidence in ourselves, diagnose properly, treat in a nice way and with the proper drug, and also take help of the people around who are helping us. This is Chikitsa Chatuspada. So all this is helpful by only one tool as per me, that is called Nadi Pariksha. You may ask me why. Simple reason is that coming to the first part, that is Vaidya. Vaidya has to have a confidence, has to have theory and practical knowledge, and this theory combined with practice is used in these 5 levels of Nadi Pariksha as such. So every time we are doing the Ayurveda revision, and also we are helping the patient in a right way and confident way. Coming to the helper, usually what happens is in general practice, a doctor will talk the same thing, same rules and regulation everywhere. And after some time, a helper will become a doctor, mini doctor as such. But here, as it is an individual approach, and the follow-up also, we talk different things to the patient. The helper will be a proper helper for us in treating the patient in a better way. Coming to the third thing, that is the Rogi. When a patient come to us as a Vaidya, as Sanjay ji always tells, they expect us a Nadi Pariksha to be done. And they expect us to take care of them, understand them, treat in a nice way, and also take care of their feelings also. Here, after the VMS studies, generally what happens is we as such do the Prakriti analysis, and after the BMS study during the practice, most of my friends and me were searching for a tool where we can do a Prakriti analysis. So either it should be a chart or a program which will calculate itself, and most of the time it goes the wrong diagnosis because we will mix up the Prakriti and Vikriti Lakshana, and thereby we are not able to give the correct Prakriti analysis. I am using more of Prakriti analysis in my clinic because when you take a car, as per the model of the car, you have to service it. You can't service some model of the car with some servicing. So the Prakriti comes in handy to understand the psyche and also the mood of the patient and how we'll react to our talk, and eye contact and connecting to the patient is very much important as a doctor. For example, a Vata Prakriti is always either overconfidence or underconfidence, and we require to boost up with giving him confidence. Pitta Prakriti is always technical. If you talk a emotional subject, he will not be able to connect with us. So we'll have to talk to him technically, giving the right inputs. Kapha Prakriti person, when he comes, we'll have to connect to his emotions mainly and then treat him. So once we do that, we are able to connect to the patient rightly and generate a confidence that this doctor is understanding me and he will take care of me and treat me nicely with the right kind of medicine and advice. So Rogi has to be taken care. That also Nadi Pariksha does in a major way. Last is Aushadha. Aushadha, the medicine. By now, as practitioners, we all know that when we diagnose through this 5 level of pulse, some of the medicines come into our picture as to what to write instead of thinking after the diagnosis as to what to write to the patient. So the Aushadha part, it's of more help through Nadi in giving the right medicine. Nadi Pariksha also helps in Aushadha part in the sense that we need not require so many medicine, 300, 400 medicine in a clinic for each and every complaint, one medicine. That's why that's why we burden ourselves. So with the minimum medication and the right medicine, we can treat and run the clinic very nicely, and we need not depend on the medical shop for the extra medicines as such. So this way, all the Chikitsa Chatuspada is taken into consideration. Coming to Trisutra Ayurveda, which is important, Hetu Linga Aushadha, this also is taken care with our Nadi Pariksha. Some of my friends used to ask me, Nadi Pariksha is a diagnosis tool. How come it's useful in a treatment? And I used to argue with them that no, you don't know about it. It's very helpful in treatment. It's very helpful in knowing the Nidana. It's very helpful in us knowing the Linga, that is the symptoms of the patient. And they used to counter with me, and I used to wonder how can I explain them. So now it's very easy for me. Just I explain them the 5 levels of Nadi, and they will fall in the trap as to why I have not learned till now. This is the beauty of it. I happen to have, as Sanjay ji has mentioned, many gurus in my life and many Nadi gurus too. One of my elder doctors in Chennai, when I was practicing in a Kerala Ayurveda firm, when I was leaving it and I was shifting to Bangalore, she suggested me to join Ayurveda course, Ayurveda, Sri Sri Ayurveda, which is now called Sri Sri Tattva, the art of living Ayurveda wing. She told that they will teach you Nadi Pariksha and it will be a helping hand to you. And because she is like a godmother to me, I just took her advice and luckily, by God's grace, the person who is making joining to the Ayurveda firm happened to come to Chennai and select me. So I joined Sri Sri Ayurveda. There, Dr. Pinkita Patel, my first guru, taught me the basics of Nadi, and she used to sometimes use Ekamulika. So in SDM College of Ayurveda Udupi, we used to use more of compound drugs. So I challenged her, how will these medicines act, madam? Will the one drugs like ashwagandha, shatavari, will it act very nicely? She asked me, you have come under my fold. I'll ask the same question after the Nadi training. You will come to know. Then you answer me. So after the training, she remembered that and asked me, now what is your opinion? I told that, yeah, now it works very nicely because of your guidance. Like that, she broomed me up, made me instill confidence in Nadi Pariksha. Then was the chance of meeting Vasant Lad in Coimbatore. He had come for a short period of time for 2 years in Arya Vaidya Shala Pharmacy, Arya Vaidya Coimbatore division. He too taught us and more of spiritual aspects along with few of the levels of Nadi Pariksha. So I was happy because the style of Sri Sri Nadi, what I was taught, was similar to the Vasant Lad type. But I was struggling with the levels, how to go to that different levels. There was 7 levels which was taught there, but I was struggling to pick up. But I found so much knowledge coming about Nadi and further boosted my confidence. Sanjay ji association was a boon. This happened due to the lockdown. We all know that the corona has a blessing for Ayurveda in many ways, and the lockdown period, the knowledge sharing was happening, Ayurveda boosting had happened, and that way Ayurveda is coming to the forefront. The hidden knowledge are coming out, and secret knowledge and many specialities are coming out in a big way. So we as a practitioner and learner, we are able to access in a big way through the webinars. So this webinar, like which started during the lockdown time, I happened to first through WhatsApp chat, there was an course by Sanjay ji. So in Hindi and English, I did that. Later, it was more of webinars in Ayush Darpan, Pampa, etc. I happened to follow him there, and suddenly he announced that he's going to take webinar of 6 days class for us all to understand in a big way. So I was very thrilled. One of his classmate, Uday Shankar ji, he told that you follow Sanjay ji and take inputs from him and become better person as a Nadi Vaidya. So I was very reluctant actually to approach him, but somehow, I don't know, by God's grace, I could join this class and take maximum utilization. The beauty of Sanjayji's 5-level diagnosis is he has shared with us many of the secrets, so-called secrets, in a simplified way. You may ask me, how come it's simplified? So, uh, as a learner of Nadi starting, I used to struggle with catching the Nadi, as he rightly told, the right place of catching the right spot of taking the Nadi Pariksha. It was very difficult for me. I used to go to the different level as such, and I used to struggle with catching the Nadi Pariksha, that right spot. That from that till the end and analysis, he has made it so much simple. So I always keep asking when we will post the video and things like that. And every video of his is catering to the audience who is a seeker of Nadi. He talks according to the subject what is required, other than the main topic which he finishes by around 15 to 20 minutes in 1 hour. Rest he gives us time to understand the intricates and better our Nadi diagnosis. So I keep watching his videos again and again because every video is different, taking care of all the aspects of Nadi. I actually, some people are very good in theory but not in practice or teaching. Some people are very good in practice and teaching but not in theory. I saw in Sanjay ji both the aspects combined together as he's a teacher, professor, and everything. And we can, so to say, in the word, bindasly ask him our doubts and clarify it and improve ourselves and helping the patients around. Coming to the 5 level, whether it's physiological change or pathological change, I should not observe before. So that was a good thing for me, a different point of angle where I can now know whether it's a physiological change or pathological change so as to cater and tell the patients in the right way. Second thing is about the cardiology involvement or not. That too, I used to feel that there is some change in it, but I was not confident enough that it is a cardiology change or not by feeling it whether it's regular or irregular. The AMA condition, I had some confusion. I had called him personally and asked him as to I was having some inputs in a different way. So he clarified me, sending me the required material about AMA. Coming to the full and acute, yesterday I happened to have a case where there was a mid-empty nadi, so called, a Pitta Prakriti guy having pricking pulse and having middle uh, middle finger with the full strength nadi in the immediate expression, and superficial level there was pitta karya in pitta sthana. Then in deep level he was a pitta prakriti person. In subdosha level there was samana uh, vata and brajaka pitta involvement. In dhatu level there was rakta involvement, and I could overall first I see always the prakriti as I told you before. So as a pitta prakriti, I sensed some allergy in him. Generally it would have happened, and then because of the soft pulse, pricking pulse, I know it was pathology. As it was regular, I knew that it was not cardiological involvement was there. At it was empty, I could know that it was chronic and there was no warmth in it. So I knew that it was no AMA involvement, and middle part of the body was involved majorly. In superficial level, there was a Pitta Karya and Pitta Sthana. So I could sense that some stomach disturbance, kind of acidity kind of thing is there. And in subdosha level, I could sense that Samanavata is involved. So digestive relatement and Brajakapita is involved. So there was skin involvement, and he has a Rakta Dushti. So naturally, I came to know that it is an allergic condition where I could sense that some stomach disturbance and Rakta Dhatu involved. And I asked him, as a Pitta guy, are you taking spicy, sour, and salty items more? He told, yes, I am taking spicy more. And I asked him whether you are sleeping late. Yeah, he told that he was doing night duty before. Now he has changed into day duty, but still his sleeping habit is late sleeping now. So like that, I came to know the Trisutta Ayurveda, the Hetulinga and Aushadha. Thereby, I could help him out in a big way because of this simplified technique which was improvised. Even though I knew Nadi before, it was simplified to me, and I'm lot big, long way to go for me to understand and analyze things. But this simplification has boosted me in my confidence to help the patient, and that patient will be mine, and he was happy with me. And before going, he told me that when I went to allopathic doctor, he gives always steroid, and he doesn't talk all these things. You have talked in a deep level. He has made you have made me understand my personality, the lifestyle change, and I'm very happy about you because some of my friend had recommended you to see the Nadi. Even though I'm not doing a major thing, I was very satisfied, and I always uh, I get tears in my eyes because I always thank my all my gurus, starting from the Pinkita, Vasan Laddi, and now Sanjay ji and Prasad ji, for helping me do the work satisfactorily to the patient who are coming. Lastly, I want to tell one thing. Our swastha definition is vast. Samadosha, Samagnisha, Samadhatu Malakriya, Prasannatmendriya Mana, Swastha Ityabhidiyate. So this most of the component what is told in Swastha definition can be done with Nadi Pariksha. The dosha, the Agni, the Mala to certain extent, and Prasanna Atma Indriya Mana. I could see the stress in him. So I could feel that also and tell that he is very much agitated. He told yes. So could take care of that also. So like that holistically, I got a potent tool to in my practice, thereby help myself, people around and patient around. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir, for giving me opportunity. Namaste.
It is not me giving you an opportunity, Dr. Sairam. Thank you for sharing your best experiences with us. And it is not uncommon, I tell you, it is not uncommon that pearls have changed life of many of those patients who learned with me. Because as a student of Ayurveda, I was always told invariably that Nadi Pariksha is not a simple thing. It is one of the most difficult thing available. And as it is most difficult, unless some guru blessed you, you are not going to learn. And I found it very weird. I am of strong opinion that Nadi Pariksha is the bedside skill. It is your keen observation is essential to learn to understand the patients. What I can add up is a small thing of how to reach to those observing points, and that will surely help you all to get better results out of it. If you are really doing pulse diagnosis, I can tell you one thing. These days, 90% of the patient which come to my clinic, they come for only one reason. They have a big file and they wanted to know something very specific what is happening to them. Because of these many of investigations and every doctor they meet, there is a new confusion created. New investigation, new report and new confusion. So ultimately they look for someone who can really analyze what is happening in their physiology right and right there. So pulse diagnosis helps you a lot. And I won't lie, this has given me a good fame, good amount of money too. I'm one of the costliest Ayurveda consultant available in Mumbai. I charge 1,000 rupees for pulse diagnosis and they pay me. It's so easy. So even for earning, this is a good source. And of course, you can help the patient. That's an additional thing. But I want to remind you of one major fact, which probably he has told us all the Chatuspada and Trilinga, Hetulinga Usadnyanam, and its impact, the impact of the Nadi Pariksha in that. But one more major factor, which probably we all are missing, is that angle of Nadi Pariksha, which makes it therapeutics. Remember this. Every time a physician touches the pulse, every time you touch the pulse of a patient, you pass on some amount of health in him. Remember this and never forget this. And this is absolutely scientific. Quantum physics tells you that when your attention is drawn to irregularities in the universe, only by your attention, the nature starts repercutting and bringing back the normalcy to that abnormality. This is the phenomena which pulse diagnosis has an hidden benefit. Its therapeutic effect. And that is what been called by many of our ancestors as वैद्य के पास गए उन्होंने हाथ लगाया कि ठीक and I'm sure there will be many patients with each and every one of you. They will tell you, डॉक्टर साहब आपको देखा मेरा आधा बीमारी चला जाता है, आपने हाथ लगाया मेरा बीमारी चला जाता है, I feel better, half of my pains have gone just because you touched my hand, and then I'm sure that I'm in good hands. Remember this. This is that hidden tool pulse diagnosis has. That hidden tool. But for that, just touch is not enough. Touch with understanding is enough. What is required is touch with understanding. I was to take some cases, but he has already taken one case. That's good. So that is how one has to diagnose. Go at all the 5 levels. Remember, never go with only with Rakta Dhatu. The diagnosis would have been Rakta Pitta to cancer, everything. You cannot go like that. He understood every single point of it. Pitta increase, middle part was involved, it was regular, no ama. Remember, when digestive system is involved, he is talking about, and there is no ama. Very specific finding. And that finding he could convert it to an allergic skin disorders because of some food allergies, and that is an chronic condition because of his unhealthy lifestyle and because of his constitution. All put together, remember the diagnosis is an outcome of putting out everything together nicely fitting each other. You cannot have unfitting clothes. If this precaution you take, I can assure you, as it is helping Sairamji, and I can assure you one thing, I have not dictated him what to speak. Have I, Sairam? Have I told you that what to speak?
No, sir.
No, I don't want to, because I'm sure that everybody who is present right now is attending it for second, third time, fourth time. They must have heard me on YouTube. They must have heard me on various platforms of Ayush Darpan, IRES, then Nirog Street, Indian Vaidyas, Dabur, Jhandu, even the Mass, Pampa, All India Ayurved Medical Practitioners Association. I'm really to be very precise. This, as he has very correctly said, the lockdown has given me an opportunity to interact simultaneously at the people from various places. Earlier, I used to travel a lot. I used to go to institutions, to associations, and speak to the students, and they were enormous. Means it was 100 150 students was the norm. but I could make it even for 1,000 students. NIA had 900 and some 80 students attending the single workshop. But in that, there was no this personal talk. There was no eye to eye contact with everybody. This technology of webinar helps me in giving that. I have an eye to eye contact with everybody. Everybody has got one particular phenomena to watch me as closely as they can watch their own hands, how my fingers are moving. That is impossible on the stage to set it to everybody. This platform provides me that opportunity. So I'm really thankful to all for sparing your time and being with me on this working day morning. Unfortunately, he had the same time available, so we put it in the morning hours. My another Gujarati program is at morning 8 o'clock. Gujarati revision. He was everybody wanted at morning 8 o'clock before the clinic starts, but my Hindi and Marathi is in the afternoon. They are 3:30. So I wanted to share this, and I am sure, Sairam, if you do it in Kannada, a revision, all your students who attended the Kannada workshop will come back. I have told the same thing to Rajesh to make it in Malayalam once again, same in Bangla, to make it the same. I want this to be revised. It needed to be continuously bombarded to our mind as it was continuously bombarded since our day one in Ayurveda that Nadi Pariksha is difficult. We want to wash it off, make it sure that it is an easy, simple, 5 level diagnostic system. And as you could see it today, we could really make it in sharp 16 minutes and the entire knowledge was transferred. And that is what I have, only 16 minutes. That the 16 minutes material, I teach it for 6 days. I teach it for 3 consecutive days for 24 hours. I teach it for 8 days into uh, almost 12 into 8, 96 hours. And the same thing, I teach it for 1 full year in PG fellowship program in pulse diagnosis. What is the difference? That should be the question. What is the difference? The difference is practice. Practice of keeping your fingers on the pulse at right place. Practice of trying to analyze and understand every bit of it. That's all. And I'm sure as learning of Nadi Pariksha goes only with 4 methods. There are only 4 methods. Basav Rajam has very clearly said there are only 4 methods to learn Nadi Pariksha. Shastreshcha, read the Shastra. Sampradayescha, like you are from my Sampradaya. Shastreshcha, Sampradayescha, Swanubhavescha, your own experiences in the pulse. If you really count your experiences, I'm sure that you can be a master of pulse. And I have shared one of the experience of Ekalavya of Nadi, Dr. Sushant Mishra. He was the one who single-handedly learned his process. And I found another one now. I found another one now. There is one Dr. Amit Pal from Pune. Unbelievable. And he had the similar method of understanding, examining the patient. And the fun is, I met across now India and some of the international Nadi experts. I was astonished. I'm using the word to understand that those with Shastra, those with Sampradaya, those with Sanubhava, and those with Nija. The fourth one is Nija, understanding your own pulse. There are only 4 methods to learn pulse, but these all 4 have experienced the same feel, similar perceptions were observed. Prana, prana, prana everywhere. None of them, none of them had any different feeling. And though there is no documented phenomena about this, there are no Shastra references where the prana should be, where the asti dhatu, where the majja dhatu should be. But unfortunately or fortunately, everybody else who is following pulse diagnosis of any method, there are very four predominant methods in India about pulse diagnosis: Agastya Nadi, Lad Parampara, Sankhya Parampara, and Nandi Nadi, Shiva Parampara. Out of these four, everybody only thing what happens is the variation is where variation is only one is levels in the pulse, and number two, the fragments of the fingertip. Like I do single finger, Vasantla does it with three parts, Anta Madhya Adi. If you have watched me clearly, then you will remember I said Anta, Madhya and Adi. Remember, when I am touching the first part, I am saying Antya. This is the difference of understanding. And when you do it three parts of this, Anta Madhya Adi, you get more minute of observation. And there are one that Anta Madhya Adi has every Anta Madhya Adi has Anta from the top, Madhya in between, and Anta on the back side of the fingertip. So the fingertip is divided into 9 parts. It's like scanning your pulse. But today this revision has not only this. I wanted to introduce you two things. The two things which are very easily available free of cost as a technology. My suggestion to all, it's a suggestion. There are two technologies. VitaPulse is a Russian technology, free to download application on Android and App Store, both. And second one is that is a creation of a Russian boy, young man. He has just tried to analyze the biological frequencies available in it. And out of my experience, I can tell you, he never says that one with high frequency belonging to kapha, the low frequency belonging to pitta, and very low frequency belonging to vata. You can check it out, search and practice. I'm giving you the just input what is required. And second one is purely based on Ayurveda principles, developed by some IIT Mumbai alumni, is Ayurveda, a Bangalore-based team, wonderful team. They have developed Ayurveda. Please go through that. Download Ayurveda. It's a free of cost. Nowadays, I suggest all my patients to download Ayurveda, check their pulse 4 times a day, because it's a 30-second job. Only keeping your fingertip on the front camera. That's all. If you want, I can share with you all the link for that in the group, and you can download. And it's another application which I would suggest that you should use. I am using it every day. All my patients these days, because they are at home, I cannot check their pulse. So I ask them to do the pulse analysis with the help of Ayurveda 4-5 times a day and share with me the findings. They have in application the findings like the variation history. So how the doshas are moving in the body, they give you as a variation graph. Very understandable. And they are talking about the dosha, they are talking about the gati. This idea of gati probably is an outcome of my interaction with Mr. Padmanabhan, Ramnath Padmanabhan, the founder of this Ayurveda, the company. So it is about morphology of the pulse, and morphology of the pulse, what we call gati. So now I am open for question answers. If there are any, please don't hesitate to ask me. You can put it in the chat. You can put it as directly ask the question. That would be the best. Everybody will listen to it. Reading without spectacles could be difficult for me. Hearing is easy. Still, my Shotrendriya is working properly than my Chakshurendriya. If there are any questions, you are all are invited. Unmute yourself and speak. It means there are no questions, huh? That is surprising.
Sir, how to know how the problem intensity, sir?
Intensity is, Sairam, it's not very difficult, I tell you. You can just try to feel the pulse. And when you are feeling the pulse, there can be two very distinct phenomena. One is no pulsation, absolute no pulsation felt. And the second one is very strong pulsation felt. These two are very distinct and very appreciable. So those two areas have got. Now there are two more. One is a weak pulsation and one is a moderate pulsation. A weak pulsation, you have to little bit struggle to identify the pulsation. If you are finding it with struggle, it is weak pulsation. And then if that struggle is not there, the moment you are keeping fingers, you are finding the pulsation, but it is not strong enough. That is moderate pulsation. We put it as no pulsation is 0, strong pulsation as 3 plus, the weak pulsation as 1 plus, and moderate pulsation as 2 plus.
Sir, what to do with the follow-ups, sir? In the follow-ups, what changes we can do and when to stop the medicines we can decide, sir.
If his pulse is in accordance with his physiology, number one, his pulse becomes softer. You will find it out. Pulse becomes softer. There is the warmness has lost, and activities which were seen previously are not there. Then you can stop medicine. If you are really keen, you can do one more good thing. You can, like with this application, you can ask him to check his pulse every day at home, share the findings there with you, and with the findings, you can slowly find the variation which is happening. Recently, I had one finding. One of my patients shared with me some of his findings, and the findings were so fantastic. Initially, he had increased vata and decreased kapha. Slowly, his increased vata came down, his decreased kapha went up, both became normal. But all of a sudden, 2 days ago, there was a little increase in pitta. And second day, the pitta was increased to a very high level. That was so alarming. So I asked him a question, what has gone wrong? Where you have been exposed to all this nonsense? Your pitta can increase, and he admitted. He was in a party. So day early, he was planning for the party, and next day he was actually in the party. So first day he was awake for a little longer, eat some nonsense snacks while being awake, and cup of tea. And next day it was all party. So all fried snacks and everything, and the pitta gone haywire. So this type of thing can be very easily observed if you are really examining patients every day. But now in the given setup today in COVID situation, you cannot examine him every day at your clinic. So these applications are very handy. Anything else? So if there are no questions,
Sir, once the pitta and kapha comes down, it converts into vata, right? So we have to change the medication accordingly, sir.
Why should it change into Vata? Vata Visheshan, you can find it out. If the Vata is normal, you don't have to give medicines. If there is a vitiated
No, sir.
Vata,
When the Pitta and Kapha,
like
vitiated Pitta and Kapha in follow-ups convert,
they
settles
come
down
down to
and converts into
normalcy, they
little.
come down to their constitutional level. You don't need go on to give medicine. Why should you want to give medicine? One is increased pitta. If your allergy patient has been cured, his allergy reduced, his digestive system improved. His kapha might come down to normalcy. So do you want to really give him some medicine for kapha? No. We have to understand this. This is a fine line that physician has to take the decision. That is why the yukti gna, yukti saropari. So that is how yuktim yojanayatu. What to be applied, what you are learning, what your findings are, and what you are going to apply. That is most important. Nobody has questions. I'm so surprised. There are so many people. So if
Sir,
there,
one more. Can I ask, sir?
yeah, please, you can ask every question.
Sir, can I ask one more? Is Rasayana compulsory after the treatment, sir? If there is a little bit Dhatu Kshaya
Ideally,
Jal.
or theoretically, or practically. My question is very simple. You say whether
Practically,
the rasayana is important or should advisable or not. Yes, yes. If you are getting a patient who has a chronic history, if you are getting a patient who has recurrence, history of recurrence, then you must, I'm using the word, you must give some kind of rasayana that which can stop the recurrence. It's essential phenomenon. But if the patient is of an acute condition which was there for last 3 4 days and he got it out of it, it is your choice whether to give it or not. But giving rasayana at the end of treatment is always beneficial. You can select the kind of rasayana, or you can select the period of rasayana to be given. I I personally I personally practice giving rasayana compulsory. It's a must part of my treatment at the end of every treatment. The moment I start rasayana means my treatment is over as a chikitsa, not a part of Nadi Pariksha as such, but yes, as a therapeutic, being I'm a qualified Kai Chikitsak, an experienced one too. So, and I practice, unfortunately or fortunately, only the chronic degenerative disorder. My area of specialization and my practice is only one, chronic degenerative disorders. So when there are patients coming to me, they are invariably suffering for some or other kind of degeneration. So for me, it's an automatic part of the therapeutics, rather must part. And I would suggest you can try Nitya Rasayana. No? It's very easy. Gudasarpi, Shirasarpi, some Shatavari, some Ashwagandha, some Guduchi, some Amalki. You can always give some Rasayana. There are multiple Rasayanas. And probably the disease is not only a dosha outcome. Remember, though we are able to understand more of dosha in Nadi, but disease is not only a dosha outcome. Disease is invariably must be a dusha part. Unless there is Sthana Vaigunya or Kha Vaigunya, the disease won't ever manifest. Dosha alone can't manifest disease. Dosha alone can create symptoms, but not the disease. For the disease manifestation, what is very essentially required is Kha Vaigunya. And Rasayana helps you out to remove that Kha Vaigunya. So my suggestion, the question is very targeted. So my suggestion is make it a point in your practice. Make it a point in your practice to add, give him some rasayana. The moment his recovery goes beyond 70% of the disease, start rasayana. So the Kha Vaigunya is lost. So then no further amalgamation of dosha dusha. As you all know, my understanding of dosha is based doshas are amurta, they are energy forms. And as they are energy forms, they have a tendency to move through the minutest possible channels of the body because of energy. They can interact easily with each other. So you have to better make sure that Kavaiguna is removed forever. Otherwise, only dosha targeted treatment. Why then the treatment has been dosha pratyanic, vyadhi pratyanic, and ubhay pratyanic? You cannot have only dosha pratyanic chikitsa. Check it out with every disease. Only a temporary rise of dosha, you can give temporary treatment for dosha pratyanic pitta. But if you are treating a disease, you have to go for vyadhi pratyanic chikitsa. Like Vatahar Dravya, there are Kushtahar Dravyas. There are Kanduhar Dravyas. There are Pramehar Dravyas. Why these are required? These are required for only one reason. Because the, the entire process of amalgamation has to be stopped, halted somewhere. And that halt is only possible with Rasayana. For every practitioner, it is very essential part. I was fortunate enough to be trained under Gurdeep Singh sir, master of Rasayana, as on today in India. Probably I have not seen anybody else working in Rasayanas to that extent. If you really go through his studies, and you will find he has identified Rasayanas for every single organ of the body. And those can be really used in day-to-day practice. We, being blessed by him, we are able to do that. If he has 142 MD students and 61 PhD students, all of them were working on some or other kind of Rasayana. I worked on management of tuberculosis in with Rasayana. The role of Rasayana in the management of tuberculosis. Somebody have role of Rasayana in hypertension. Somebody had role of Rasayana in ischemic heart disease. Like every single disease and organ was being treated post therapeutic Rasayanas. So question is very good as a practitioner. You should make it a habit to add. Even a fewer patient comes to you. Even a fewer patient comes to you. Make sure post treatment Jwara is taken as an epitome of every chikitsa paddhati. Jwaradau langanam kuryat. Jwara madhe tu pachanam. Jwarante bheshajam dadyat. Jara mokshe virechanam. Some people say Jwara mokshe rasayanam. So there is a treatment plan in it. And Jwara is the synonym for every disease. So first, try to manage the body, allow the body to manage itself. Langanam kuryat. Then help them to digest dosha pachanam kuryat. Then you, at the end of therapeutic medicine, and after that, some kind of sodhana and then rasai. That helps.
Thank you,
So
sir.
I think there are no more questions. So let us call off this revision. I'll be really appreciating some or other inputs from you, as Sairam was very keen on knowing the variations in the pulse and their understanding about diagnosis. That has really prompted me to make another book of making disease pulse, disease condition and pulse, and soon it will come. I've already started working on that, compiling around 400 different entities which are commonly seen. So the pulse variation in that. Let's hope soon it will come. But recently, what I have launched is e-Sahita. E-Sahita is a pen drive that happened to me because there were many requests. Sir, we don't have CD drive, DVD drive in our laptops these days. The laptops and tablets are devoid of a DVD drive. So you give us something which is portable format. So for some, I just copied it on the pen drives I had. And when the demand increased last month, I thought I should make it in a better way. So what I purchased was the visiting card type pen drive. You can keep it in your pocket. 16 GB. Almost contain every single material which is related to Nadi Pariksha. So I am loading it with 6 GB of material. So you can put all your cases into that. 16 GB is too big a file size. Uh, there are about 5,000 cases can be added on that. And you will have all your data together. It contains multiple things which earlier I could not give it on DVD because of the limitations of the place and activity. Now it contains presentations, various presentations. My two set of lectures, complete 6 hour lectures, two sets, one in Hindi, one in English. Then animations, then various sites of pulse examination, then variations in the pulse findings which are mentioned somewhere. Then, and my next, now this fourth edition is about to get complete, sold out. I have some 100 books remaining with me now. So the next set is coming out, but it will be not my alone as that was earlier was. So there were multiple authors in that, and now I named it Nadi Sahita, edited by Sanjay Sagar. There are almost 15 various Nadi Vaidyas wrote their process about pulse diagnosis in details. Then there are technological things, multiples. Earlier it was only Nadi Tarangini. Now there are more additions. Then there is one more part, history of pulse diagnosis. Last lockdown has helped me to gather the entire history of, and you can check it out on Simply Ayurveda or on my YouTube channel. Vasishtha has created a wonderful, wonderful small video about history of Ayurveda. Next video will be coming in a day or two. It will be about how technology altered pulse diagnosis. So in that history of pulse diagnosis, we tried to make everything in 7 minutes. Video is available. It's on available on YouTube. History of pulse diagnosis on both channels. Simply Ayurved by Vasishtha Subramaniam and Sanjay Sajed, Nadi Guru. Because you are subscribed, so you could have seen that. So that Vasishtha is a young, just passed out BMS intern, but has such an enormous idea. Simply Ayurved is the finest learning tool I would have found in last 35 years of Ayurveda training. Easy, just audio visual in doodling. Doodle, he just doodles it. I requested him to create my videos in doodle form. So he created the first one. The second one is in the process. And soon I want the entire pulse diagnosis to come as doodled way. Of course, with the help of Vasishtha, till he does. When he stops, we'll identify somebody else. One has to do that. It is always. Now I use in my clinic Nadi Tarangini, Nadi Swara, Ayurvedam, Vita Pulse, Veda Pulse. Examine the patient in totality and my 5 level pulse understanding. Make a nice booklet, hand it over to him. This is your pulse analysis. These are your instructions. These are what you are to eat. This is what you are not to eat. This is what you are supposed to do and what you are not supposed to do. Similar thing is done by Dr. Erme from Sholapur. She is compiling all these things for Prakriti. As you have said, I'll send her number to group. Those who are interested to know more about Prakriti can contact her. And she has developed an application for Prakriti Pariksha. And now, what I have instructed her to use the photo analysis software, face recognition software, and from the face recognition to identify Prakriti. So, moment patient enters in, the camera there should capture it and let you know what is the Prakriti of the person getting in. I have tried that, a small version, in my Betic lab, and it is very successful. Not only Prakriti, but it captures hemoglobin, blood sugar, and cholesterol. When the patient coming in, the moment you are understanding him, his sugar is how much is sugar, how much is blood sugar, and what is his blood pressure, at the same time, what is his Prakriti. These jobs are very easy. Technology is going to be very helpful for us. Make sure that you are using technology in your practice. Don't rely on the old methods. If you really want to change what you have, if you really want to change what you have to change the method what you are doing. If you are continuing doing the same method, you are going to continue to get the same thing. It's as simple. Alter the ways. I'm sure that today when you have heard me, I must have changed a lot. And that change is the sign of living person. I want you all to do this. Please revise yourself, update yourself, keep pace or be little faster than what the entire world is doing. You will be always ahead of it. If you are little bit slower, you will remain lagging behind. You cannot afford it. Why Ayurveda is lagging behind last so many years? The last 10, 15 years have changed, seen the change. But earlier, why Ayurveda was lacking? Because we are not keeping the pace as the world was going. We were doing it the same way we were doing it. That might be right for something, but that's not right for everything. And that is why our Prime Minister has to tell us in World Congress of Ayurveda that if you want to show the way to the world, you have to tell Ayurveda in the word and the language the world understand. Not wait for world to understand your language. Don't wait for that. Communicate in the language what the world understands. What you have very correctly said. When you explain the patient is happy because he understands that you are caring for him. Because you understand, he understands that yes, you understand what is going in his body right now. That is important. That communication makes you the boss. So, with this, I take rest. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for everybody sparing your valuable time today with me. Thank you, Sairam,
Thank you,
for
sir.
sharing your insights. And those are very wonderful insights. Thinking of Nadi with Chatuspada, thinking of Nadi with Hetulinga Aushadhyana. Thank you very much. This will be available on YouTube.
Thank you, sir.
So please circulate it. Because I want everybody to know this concept of Hetulinga Aushadhyana with Nadi, which I never said. It is your creation. Very fantastic. Thank you very much.